I'm Wolf.
And I'm Rosie.
Welcome back to Wolf and Rosie's Graveyard Adventures. We are back at our favorite cemetery here at Bellevue Cemetery in Danville, Kentucky. We are here today to start talking about Brigadier General Joshua West Jacobs. So I hope you all enjoy the episode. We're back. Okay, Brigadier General Joshua West Jacobs, a career United States cavalry officer. From 1861 to 1904, he was born in Danville, Kentucky on June 24, 1843. Danville is a small town in central Kentucky, about 35 miles southwest of Lexington. It was then, and remains today, a college town, being the home of Central College in Kentucky and the Kentucky School for the Deaf. During West's boyhood, the town also was the home, his boyhood home here in Danville, Kentucky. Theological Seminary and Law School of Center College. West's father, John Adsum Jacobs, was the fourth superintendent of the Kentucky School for the Deaf, and the city surviving fast and as principal for 10 years, and then as superintendent, and he considered co-founder. It was this building, Jacobs Hall, is named after him. The Kentucky School for the Deaf was the first such school west of Albany, the mountains, and the second in the United States. Jacobs had trained under the distinguished deaf educator, Dr. Thomas Gallitt of Hartford, Connecticut, for whom Collegiate College is named. West's mother, Susan Walker Fry Powell Jacobs, was the daughter of Major Robert Powell, an officer in the Virginia Continental Line and Armagh Revolution. Fought at Harlem Heights while Plains, Trenton, Princeton, Brandywine, Germantown, Mousemouth. Powell was the first cousin of James Madison, and his wife, Ann West Powell, was the second cousin of George Washington. The two Powell grandparents were Kentucky pioneers. Joshua West Jacobs' father was a strong supporter of the Union cause, as Kentucky was a strong supporter of the Union because Kentucky was a neutral state. Neither West nor his brothers were obliged to fight on either side, but West had a strong liking for the military. He asked his father's permission to enlist on the Union side, which his father refused, feeling that even age at 18, as a freshman of Center College, West was simply too young. But West would not be deterred. He put the word out around Danville that it was to enlist the Union cause, then he would run away from home and join the Confederates. Danville being a small town, the word got back quickly to his father, who finally granted permission. On November the 10th, 1861, he was enlisted as a private in the Union Army in the 4th Kentucky Volunteers. He fought many engagements in the Western Front. On November 10th, 1861, enlisted as private in the U.S. Army in the 4th Kentucky Volunteers. He fought in the Western Theater. In a letter to his sister, Anne Frances Jacobs Creek, we're coming up on his grave now. Here in beautiful Danville, Kentucky, this is the older section of the graveyard. We were turned on to this gentleman's grave by a lady when we first come up here. So a special shout out to her and thank you very much. we're coming up on his.
Right over there.
We're coming up on his grave, and I'll read you all a letter that he wrote to his sister. This is the grave of Joshua West Jacobs, General, USA, 1843 to 1905. Served his country over 42 years in 3 wars: the Civil, the Indian, and the Spanish. Private 4th Kentucky Volunteer Infantry, 1861. Brigadier General, USA, 1904. This is a soldier of the cross. This is from a private letter that he wrote to his wife, or I'm sorry, to his sister. April 15th, 1862, in camp at Pittsburgh Landing. Dear sister, I am very well at present. We have had a very hard time for the last week or so marching, so as to be in time for the battle, but we went too sick and we were late. We landed here Thursday, sick, morning, and they had about stopped fighting at 4 o'clock. Monday evening, we marched 20 miles one day and started at It started at 4 o'clock next morning and marched hard all that day. At night, they would not let us pitch our tents, for we had to start at 12 o'clock that night, so I laid down on the ground and I took a very good nap. Although it was raining very hard, well, at 12 o'clock, we started again and we marched all night and all day. Although the rain and mud up to our knees, at night we went on board of the Planet and went about 24 miles up the Tennessee River. So I'm supposing the Planet must have been a boat. And went about 24 miles up the Tennessee River. Next morning we landed to go into battle, as I thought, but we went about 1 mile from the river and camped where we have been ever since. I will not try to describe the battleground, for I cannot. But I went over 3 portions of the sum of it, and I may tell you about it someday. But I forgot to tell you that our brigade are no longer soldiers. Our brigade is no longer soldiers, but bridge burners. And I hate to say this, but Negro thieves. Last night we were ordered to be ready to march as soon as possible. When we were ready, we marched down to the river, got to Tacomnish, went up river about 25 miles. When we landed and went about 8 miles into Mississippi and burnt 2 bridges, and we tore up about 740 feet of truss work. And we captured 2 prisoners. We captured 4 Negroes without a loss of a man and come very near capturing a train. The rebel captured the train. The rebel picketed burned one of the bridges themselves, thinking we were going to cross it. We would see them on the other side of our cavalry and had a slight fight with them. I was very glad to receive the things you sent me, and still more to have received the cake. My books are about worn out, and we left our wagons behind the night we started to have this without tents or blankets, and need some clean clothes very much, for I have had on one of these for a very long time. Please send me some baking soda. It makes my bread taste a whole lot better. He was captured twice, but he was exchanged. One of those exchanges were for Lieutenant Hudson Powell, his first cousin, and a young lawyer from Yazoo, Mississippi. The following is the next of a letter from A.E. Worthington, a sister of Hudson Powell and grandchild of Wes Jacobs' grandmother, Ann West Powell. That'll be on a later episode, y'all. There's so much to tell about this gentleman. He fought in the Civil War, the Indian War, and the Spanish War. Highly decorated. A lot of good men gave their lives for this country so we all could be free. There's so much still wrong with it, but at time I think we'll get it fixed. So now we're just going to take a walk around the graveyard. We're going to show off some graves like we did last time. That was our first start of our storytelling here on Wolf and Rose's Graveyard channel. So why don't y'all just take a walk with us, and we are going to show off all this pretty location. We're in the older section right now, mostly 1800s and so on. We have a few graves from, they go all the way back, y'all. Kentucky is a very old town. Danville is a very old town. So let me get my finger off the camera. I'm sorry I did that. So I hope y'all like this little show here. We'll show you off some of these. I mean, some of the dates are so old it's hard to read. What'd you find, Rosie?
Jackson.
Let me see here. This is Dr. John D. Jackson, born December 12, 1834, died in 1875. Doctor. We got a feller here, John Spears, who, try to back up a little bit here. He fought. He served in the Virginia forces during the American Revolution at the age of 10 years as a driver on a munitions wagon. He was at Yorktown when Cornwallis surrendered. Well, this one's a bit hard to read. If anybody out there can make out what this here thing says, make out a little bit of it. Looks like 1862, but that's my partner in crime, Rosie, my daughter. Boy, that looks like a really old stone. Getty D. Crenshaw. Esther Good, died 1882, age 65 years. 1854 to 1954, that must be her husband. What did we find over here? There's a whole lot of noise. We're dead center in the middle of Danville, Kentucky. Here's a really old stone here. William Graves Proctor, April 23rd, 1953, 1853, I'm sorry, to November 13th, 1923. Julia Daring Proctor, age October 4th, 1852, to April 27th, 1934. Looks like the whole family's kind of buried here. These are the peppers here. Kind of gonna take our time today, look around a little bit. One of these big old always got a dog or two barking. Older graves here. John Wesley Beck, born in Jefferson County, Missouri, March 1806. Died in Pittsburgh, Mississippi, March 2nd, 1883. I should be satisfied when I awake with thy likeness. Interesting. We're getting too far over, I think, into the newer section, sis. I understand that. Well, we'll walk over toward this and take a look, but some of the prettier gravestones here. Alright, we're heading back into the older section. My daughter just thought that tombstone was mighty pretty. Here's Batty Logan, born August 1st, 1788, died August 13th, 1872. Another one of the older stones here. William D. Urban, June 16th, 1829, November 12th, 1895. That's pretty sad. They don't really have the dates on it.
I bet tells the years.
Try to take our time a little bit more today. What's that one say?
Can't read half of it.
Well, Molly, I probably did not say that right. Wife of Henry, born May 12, 1845, died September 3rd, 1876. Is it? That says 1876. Okay. It's a really bright, sunshiny day. This person was a Freemason. That's a Masonic symbol right there.
I don't know what that was.
That's a Masonic symbol. Say this other person is too, because it's got the circle in it. Hard to read. It's got that leeching on there. We got us a Washington over here. So I'll go ahead and show the other stone here.
An Adams.
An Adams.
Pretty.
Yes, ma'am, it is. That's really pretty. I'm getting kind of drawn over here to this Washington group. R.W. Washington, born 1792, born June, well, what would that say? Oh, they got the death date now on this one before the birth date. That's interesting. Some of these older stones, they're easier to see on the camera, but some of them you can't read at all.
Painter.
No, that's interesting. Upside down torches. It's interesting. Let's take more of a walk about over here. I'll try not to move the camera too quickly. No promises. I didn't realize Danville, Kentucky went back that far. Say it probably goes back a lot farther. Have to look that up later. Some of the monuments here are so unbelievably beautiful. Ooh, found a shady spot. Some older graves over here. Some of these monuments are huge. I'm in the older section of Danville Graveyard. Bellevue Cemetery. There's so much to show here. That's why it's our favorite cemetery. This is where we started our YouTube channel at. Try to get over here to some of these statues here in just a second. Like I got a whole family here, but I can barely read them. No. Some beautiful statues here. Pull it a little tighter on that one. All right, Rosie found some more over this way. This is probably a family plot. Probably. Looks like a family plot. Okay, well, I guess I'll start the first of the plot on the up front of it, and then I will move back through. This is the Talbot family here. Go spire. Sorry for that sun. Still using my cell phone at the moment, but I plan to get me a GoPro soon. So I can make better videos then. Poor headstone got broke. That's another beautiful one there. A beloved memory of my aunt, Myra Rhodes, died July 27th, 1873. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. That is gorgeous. Go back over this way. We got a Clifton Rhodes. Born August 25th, 1738. Died December 27th, 1876. A journey crowned with the blessings last. Whew. December 27th. Where you at, Rosie? December 27th. Do the math. This one died right after Christmas. December 27th. What day is Christmas? December 25th. Well, wow. Got a Saucer family here. We come to pay our respects to everybody. Show this marvelous cemetery off. Thomas Barbie Talbot, August 14th, 1861, October the 3rd, 1940. Ann Hunter Talbot, September 9th, 1871 to February 6th, 1946. Frances Talbot, or Fanny Massey Talbot, 1878. Fanny Barbie Talbot, this is marvelous. P. Mason. are making our way back to the next line. We're going to cover that here in just a second. You want to read one of these off? Looks like William C.W. Slay, born March 24, 1782, died December 9th, 1862. Pretty old spires. Funny, it's got the symbol of the judgment. That's what that is. Got to go back here to this one. It's a big one. Owsley.
Boyle.
Owsley. See? Owsley. Oh. Boyle Owsley. See? Francis Boyle Owsley. Well, we got a fallen stone back here, but you can't see it.
That's a very old way to do headstones.
Is there anything on the back side of it?
Yeah, but you can't really read it.
Maybe they can make it out here. Oh, this was the back side of that, the Owsley one. Oof. Erected by the state to the learned lawyer, something judge, the enlightened statesman, the corruptible, the virtue, and an honest man. Wow. Okay, we got over there. Older stones, hard to read. Can't really make it out.
Andrew, wife of Robert A. Watts, born September 3rd, 1832. Departed this life April 30th, 1905. I shall be satisfied when I awake in
thy likeness. Psalm 17:1.
I was reading that.
You never quite get that word right, can you, Rosie?
Huh?
Psalms. Another one of them pretty spires. Another stone down. Maybe somebody out there can read that. Looks like it's shifted.
there forever.
Or we go. Yeah, we can. Start walking back toward the front here.
Actually, not go down there.
Or you get on there and talk a little bit. Show off some grapes.
We're coming up to this one right here. Here's some older headstones. Emma Crawfield, wife of Jonathan Nichols, 1836 to 1909. Jonathan Nichols, born 1824, died 1896. Hey, Dad. To the same person. Emma Nichols. Emma C. Nichols. Then another Emma Nichols.
Well, it's probably an ancestor. But that, Emma G. Nichols, like you said, it's Emma Nichols.
When did she die?
1869 to 1953.
It's a daughter.
Daughter of this one.
It's a daughter.
It's probably like Richard Nichols. So you're probably looking at one of these being the wife and one of these being the kid, and one of them being named after her.
Right there's a husband and wife. See,
Emma Crawford, wife of Jonathan Nichols, so that's probably their son. And you got Jonathan Nichols here.
I know.
So you could tell that they believed in naming the kids after
The parents.
Really cool.
It's pretty cool.
Happens a lot.
But in a way, I kind of figured that they would put it as Junior if they named it.
Not always. That's like your brother, Wilson, James H., 1830-1905, and Molly C., March 12, 1853 to 1929.
Fred.
May 12, 1953. Molly. Charles E. Rogers.
We have another broken headstone.
Well, some of these stones over time they crack. I can't read it. That's these.
J.R. Nichols, 1823 to 1898.
This field Nichols Marks, so it's probably real. And Marks is Probably the married. Probably.
Daddy.
These are
C.E. Sandoval, born January 2nd, 1844, died March 6th, 1864.
Mary
Jane.
daughter of James E. Garrett, born January 30th, 1830, died in December 15th, 1853, died right before Christmas. Not strong.
This one's about ready to fall over.
So beautiful and quiet.
It is. Oh, but you got my phone. Ash by Mickey Davis, September 11th, 1875 to July 31st, 1908.
Oh, not right. Done that. It's a big old stone.
Dunler.
This is Dunlap family here.
Dr. Max H. Dunler. Or Dollar.
Dunlap. Elizabeth S. Dunlap, 1822 to 1910. 1914. Dunlap section. Don't come around too quickly.
Richard, 1946 to
Small headstones are mostly made for kids.
1933. Jolie. Sorry if I said that wrong. Born 1847 and died 1936.
Big old headstones that's buried in the ground. Can't read that.
This is a broken one. Some of these look scratched.
Time, age, wear, hair. been a headstone set up, I doubt it.
No, it was meant to be laid down.
Guess it could be a fallen over, so I don't see wood. No. Well, there's some. But I can't see what it says. Got the other one over you look.
Uh-huh.
This guy died in 1850.
This James. And then I can't make out the rest. Sorry about that. I want to read that.
Alrighty, I found something exciting. This memorial stone placed by the descendants and friends of Judge Samuel McDowell, veteran of the French and Indian War, and Lord Dunmore's War, the member of the Virginia House of Burgesses, member of the Revolutionary Virginia Conventions, colonel of the Rockbridge Militia in the American Revolution, early Kentucky federal judge, a founding father of Kentucky, founding father of Danville. Wow.
Yeah, you gotta see this.
I'm coming. We show her Sarah Irvin, his wife, born March 23rd, 1773, died December 20th, 1835. Colonel Joe McDowell, born September 30th, 1768, died June 22nd, 1856. Okay, I'm coming. He's got a few crypts right on each other. Samuel McDowell, November 7, 1735, September 25th, 1879. Mary McClung, c. 1733, October 28th, 1826, age 93 years old. Wow. Well, I just kind of felt drawn over here. A founding father of Danville. That is awesome.
That is pretty cool.
We just found one of the founding fathers. That is absolutely awesome. We're way back in the far right corner of Danville Cemetery. We're still in the old section. There's still so much to show here. So we're just going to continue our walk.
Robert Christian.
Died July 14, 1875, May 26, 1899. So to all of our viewers out there, welcome to Wolf and Rosie's Graveyard Adventures. This is episode 3 of Bellevue Cemetery. Probably in episode 3 and 4, most likely. Because we have a habit of doing some rather long videos and we have to split them up. Because there's so much to share here, and we still have not showed you all everything that is to be seen. Hey, go get a picture of McDowell. I'll wait right here. There goes my partner, Rosie. She is gone to go get me a picture of that guy. Because we are going to look him up and probably tell a story on Mr. McDowell. I think we need to. Read you some of these other older tombstones here while we're waiting on Rosie. Thomas Caldwell, 1826 to 1847. That, there's another McDowell right there. McDowell's, and we have a Wallace. See, Abraham Irvin, son of A.I. McDowell, born June 19th, 1837, died December 6th, 1854.
They didn't live long. Just about 20-some years, maybe 30.
We are in, I'm fairly sure this is a McDowell's area. There's Caldwell. Another McDowell, Joseph McDowell. July 18th, 1866, November 30th, 1941. And wife, Jane Gray Briggs. April 1st, 1866, June 8th, 1953. It's a long one.
Joseph McDowell.
Wallace.
March 33 to 1945. Yeah, March 3rd, 1945 to December 15th, 1916. His wife,
Madeline.
Caroline. Well, read that one. Irvin.
And his mother, Magdalene McDowell, July 20th, 1815 to May 2nd, 1896. Trying to make it a little further over here into the older section, but I got pulled back that direction. Not very quickly. Still some older graves over here.
Go towards that tomb right there.
Gotta start doubling back shortly.
Oh.
1939 from 1906.
2010. Whoa. Look at that one.
I'm not venturing over there. That's part of the new section. Here we go, Sissy. I'll show off some graves.
Says Congress. If I remember correctly, them hands are on the phone. Or one of them anyway. Carl B. Codburn, 1902 to 1949.
Cuthbert. Bogman. Wife of Charles Cuthbert.
What's even
Hmm.
caving in?
They do after a while. Most of these graves didn't have the underground vaults like they do today. Logenbecker. Or Logennecker? I'm not sure. Butchered that, but that's okay.
Longen.
Richard M. Robinson, born in Fayette County, September 15, 1817, died in 1869. Well,
This one stands out.
oosh. kids. Thank you for the breeze. Minnie Tame, 1872 to 1961. Father, 1838 to 1926.
Mother.
Mother, 1843 to 1912. John Tame, 1869 to 1966. And Bert Tame, 1874 to 1931. Urban. William D. Urban, 1891 to 1958, 1899 to 1990. More of the Urban graveyard here.
Martha A. Allen. 1829 to 1911.
Richard K. Allen, 1859 to 1899.
Probably mostly.
Over here. Kenny Thomas William and Carrie Serber, 1857 1935, 1864 to 1934. Now we're heading back over into another older section.
I don't think I remember seeing these. Do you?
Roads.
Bella Eldred, wife of George G. Sanford, March 5th, 1867 to October 20th, 1891. John P. Sanford, born March 6, 1855, died July 25, 1890. His wife, Summa Sanford, October 15th, 1859. Died December 10th, 1935. Henry G. Sanford, September 2nd, 1846 to October 12th, 1912. IDA S. Sanford, October 6th, 1850 to June 16th, 1920. Emma Thompson, wife of Thomas L. Mudd, died May 12th, 1918.
Joe Thomason, November 16th, 1814, July 17th, 1902. Elizabeth A., wife of Josh Thomason, April 30th, 1821 to June 30th, 1852. That's the only, oh, no, we got one more. Betty D. E-A-U-O. Daughter. Betty D., daughter of Josh and E.A. Thompson, December 2nd, 1855, October 1st, 1903. J.T. Helm, March 21st, 1848, to February 2nd, 1919. Anna Lee Waters, wife of C.T. Helm, December 25th, 1850, April 20th, 1908. By grace ye are saved. Haley Warren, May 8th, 1883, October 20th, 1931.
It is.
That's a long time.
That is really pretty.
Well, we are almost at the start of our journey again, folks. So, I hope y'all have enjoyed today's episode. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't have the camera up high enough. Sorry. We'll show a few more graves here.
William Warren died September 12th, 1907. Gene Davis Warren died September 21st, 1912. Looks like we got another Freemason grave here.
What is Freemason?
Well, they're a society, like a secret society. Still around today. Still around today.
Mary Russell.
Another Freemason. Try not to trip here.
Mary Russell
Durham.
Durham. 1855 to 1886.
Another grave falling down. If anybody can read that. It's hard to read it.
Yeah.
We got two stones here on the ground. This one's falling over, this one's been broke. That's a shame. But it's all there. Yeah, it's all there. It can be fixed. Alrighty, folks. If I got this thing lifted further, we're about up to the front gates of Bellevue Cemetery. We hope you enjoyed today's episodes. And I hope you'll tune in again. Hit that bell and please subscribe. And we will see you all again. Because this is Wolf.
And this is Rosie. And this is
our graveyard adventures.